My name is Adi Friedman. I grew up in Indianapolis, Indiana. I go to school in Montreal, Canada at McGill University, where I'm majoring in biochemistry and minoring in philosophy. So for those of you who are wondering how a kid from Indiana even heard about the DeBakey program in the first place, I want to take you back in time about 35 years. If you look over Dr. DeBakey's right shoulder, just right here, that's my father when he was in the DeBakey program as a pre-med student. So he was my inspiration for applying to this program, and thankfully everything worked out well, and I got to have this truly incredible experience. So quickly, I'm just going to run through the rotations I was on this summer and talk about some other cool experiences I had. So my first rotation was with the trauma surgery team at Benthab, which, as you can imagine, was extremely exciting as a pre-med student with little OR experience. I'd never seen patients with gunshot wounds, stab wounds, coming in from car accidents, seeing limbs amputated. This was all really, really new and exciting and powerful. One thing I was immediately impressed by was the teaching culture at Benthab, which placed a huge emphasis on learning through experience. So I was quickly able to pick up surgical skills and basic patient interaction skills. The one thing I'd really like to share about my time there was one of the highlights of my whole summer, which was being able to attend the M&M meetings every Friday, where a lot of the surgical faculty would dress up in formal attire and discuss how to improve treatments, any complications with their patients, and various other ethical considerations. As a pre-med student who was essentially a fly on the wall during these meetings, it was really moving to see so many surgeons coming together week after week to strive towards the higher ideals of medicine and show respect to the idea that human life and human health are infinitely valuable. So that was really special. So my next rotation was with pediatric general surgery at Texas Children's Hospital, which was certainly an adjustment, much cuter patients, but definitely an earlier wake up, which was a little difficult to adjust to at first. We were part of a big team at TCH, but we're never made to feel unwelcome or unwanted, and we're encouraged to sit in on lectures from Dr. Mazziotti and explore the hospital in our free time, which included taking trips to the NICU, which I don't think I'll forget. So those were very special. Although I wasn't really expecting this, I left TCH with a healthy fear of magnets and bottle caps after seeing so many of them pulled out of patients. Another amazing opportunity to learn, different surgical techniques was being able to participate in the sim lab, where Dr. Salas taught us tying, suturing, basic laparoscopic skills, basic procedural skills, and microsurgical skills. He really communicated to us the dedication and discipline it requires to become a really skilled surgeon. And on Friday, he was kind enough to prepare a cow heart for Simra and I to practice a CABG procedure. And he let me wear his custom loops, which were probably the most expensive piece of clothing. Here's some action shots here. Another really cool experience was that I got to be certified at Baylor's Studio One. Dr. Blackman kindly offered a few of us the opportunity to help her create surgical education videos. So this past Monday, Shahid and I recorded a video about lung decortication using footage from an actual procedure at St. Luke's. So this was a great experience as well. So in addition to everything I've spoken about thus far, I was able to do 3 overnight trauma shifts, observe 2 procurement surgeries, and observe surgical procedures from basically every subspecialty. I got to see an absolutely incredible hand reattachment surgery at Benthab, a deep surgery at St. Luke's. Thank you to Dr. Winokur for letting me step in for a day. I got to see neurosurgery, ortho, ENT, CT. All this gave me such great exposure as a pre-med student and a greater insight into how hospitals function and what it really takes to make an impact in medicine. But before I finish up, I just want to give a few reflections about this experience. Throughout this program, I think I've gained some real-world skills that are really going to help me in med school and beyond. They include the ability to introduce myself to those in positions of authority and to ask them questions and to ask them for help. And finally, I found it extremely inspiring to see how you all, the surgeons, respond extremely positively to the heavy nature of your profession, which quite literally requires you to take the health and well-being of your patients into your own hands. In my observation, this heavy nature of your profession has really brought out the best in all of you, who in every interaction with me have been extremely kind, willing to teach, and most importantly, remember to joke around and have fun. So seeing this over the past 2 months makes me really eager to begin my journey to a career in medicine, and more specifically surgery. So thank you to the trauma team at Ben Taub, pediatric surgery team at TCH, the surgery education office, Dr. Rosengard, Dr. Fernandez, Dr. Cotton, Dr. Scott, for making the program possible, to Caitlin and Holly for organizing everything, and to my fellow DeBakey students for a really incredible summer.